Okay, so I have completely removed the handle from the belly pot, and when I got down to the very top of the head, I just took my Sparrow tool, used the pry bar edge, and just popped it right off. Works perfect for that kind of stuff. And you can see right there that little wedge. And so anyway, what we're going to do now is I've taken about 18 inches of picture hanging wire, just a mesh wire, not solid by any means, so it gives you the flexibility. And taken 1/8 inch aluminum tubing. It's 1/8 inch outside diameter. Cut off 2 3/8 inch pieces, and we're going to use that to put on a new one. We're going to use those holes from where the plastic clasps were. Okay, you can see we put that right through. Pretty handy that way. And I'm going to slide the aluminum tubing down. And what we're going to do then is take the open end, the working end if you will, if you're looking at a rope, through the belly pot handle. If you hear two goofy teenagers in the background, it's because I have two goofy teenagers in the background. And then we're going to create just a loop handle there. Take some vice grips and crimp that down as hard as you can. If you do it right, you get to the point on the pressure where you just collapse that thing completely, and you can almost get to the point where you've welded that together. I'll do that same thing on the other side. Maybe. Oh, can't forget this part. When you're doing the second end, you have to put the ferrule on first, otherwise you won't be able to crimp it down, and you feel silly like I almost did. So, we now have the ferrule on. Get that through the second hole. And again, force just enough out where it's through the top. Crimp, crimp, crimp. Okay. Silly me. So now we have a much more useful, flexible, let's say, and I'll just use a piece of antler right there. So instead of having just a little divot, you have a lot more flexibility in the use and how you hang these things. And that's what I like to do with mine. So there we've eliminated, not really a problem, but something that just wasn't really convenient. And obviously still plenty of room to hang that thing. So that's the handle modification on that. And now we'll get to the steamer bowl, as I like to call it. And here's my marker. 1 second, please. And like I said, I'm going to use 3/16 inch bit. I used to, the first time I did this, I put a bunch of little 1/8 inch cuts on this, 1/8 inch holes. Anyway, if you kind of find your center, use a marker. If you want this done evenly, I'm a little anal retentive on this kind of stuff. So I do a crosshair. And then make a second crosshair. If you've ever made a soda pop alcohol burner, essentially the same technique when you're drilling out your holes. So you got something like that. Okay, we're going to pull a hole in the center, and then about every ½ inch we're going to put in additional holes to allow the steam to rise through from the bottom. And we're going to do one hole, and I do that down here in the pivot, in the divot down here, one hole in the lid. If you're steaming here and it's coming through, if you don't put a hole in here to let the steam escape, you're going to have problems with your lid rattling out and drive you crazy. But that leaves enough release for that steam to come through, and that lid should rest there just fine. So that's what we're going to do next. I'll be right back.